Hi guys, so I often get asked about my highlighting and contouring routine, so I wanted to show you how I highlight and contour. So in this video I'm going to use a couple of products that you guys see me use all the time. I've recently started using some new products, so I'm excited to show you guys what I've been using recently. So I've already done my eye makeup, my eyebrows, my foundation. I put a bit of concealer on, but I have not done my highlight and contour routine. So I've been using this contour palette by iconic.london. It's so good. It's a cream contour kit. It looks like this. Mine's probably dirty because I'm just the worst for looking after makeup, but it looks like that. It comes with 3 different light shades and 3 different dark shades. When you get the palette as well, it comes with this thing and it basically tells you what each shade is for. However, I don't really go by the guideline just because some shades just don't suit my skin tone and others do. So just figure out what colours work for your skin. Okay, so I've already got concealer on underneath my eyes, but I'm going to go ahead and just brighten the area because my whole face is the same colour, which I personally don't mind, but this is a highlighting and contouring tutorial, so I'm going to show you guys how to highlight and contour. I've been using these 2 shades together. This colour here is more skin toned and then this one is more yellowy. I have a yellow undertone, so I feel the need to mix the both colours together. This shade here is too light and too pink for me. I don't know if you can like really see that. You can't really tell the difference between the lighter colours. I don't know if it's my lighting or not. So I'm going to mix these 2 colours together. And I'm just using a flat brush. This is also by Iconic. So I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath the eyes. I don't really like to go too far up in the corner just because I'm going to blend it anyway. I'm going to use a beauty blender. Mine's dirty. I used it for my foundation today, so that explains that. And I'm going to just blend it underneath my eyes. If you kind of find it hard to blend, I'd recommend, but first of all, you need to damp the beauty blender. Like, that is the key. I personally find it so much better when a beauty blender is damp, but I like to spray it with Fix Plus and blend away. I just find that the blending is a lot easier that way. What I like to do, and I think a lot of people should do this because obviously like that is just, it's light and it's too light. So what I like to do is get my foundation on the back of my hand and with the foundation work around the highlighted area just so it blends better. You also don't really tend to get the flashback as much. I just think it looks a lot better when you use your foundation to sort of go around that area. It doesn't look, it just looks much more blended. So I always do this step. I set with my Laura Mercier powder. I used to do the whole baking thing, but I'm not really into it anymore. I don't really know why. I'm just not into it. I'm going to use this brush by Iconics. It's just a nice fluffy brush. I've been loving these brushes recently. It comes in like a little set and it comes in a bag like this and it's so cute. And they're all washed, and you know when you've like washed your brushes and you just feel like you've completed something in life, because I honestly hate washing my brushes. It takes so long. So again, on the other side. Oh, and also when I'm using my beauty blender, I like to switch between using this bit and this bit because sometimes a lot of product can end up on this bit and then it's not really blending. It's just like just moving loads of product about. So you want to get a bit where it's not got product on. By the way, the foundation I'm using is of course NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. It's my favourite foundation. Okay, I'm going to set again. God, this brush feels so good. So whatever's left on the brush that I used the highlight colour with, I like to tap on my forehead area because I don't like my forehead too highlighted, so I just tap it the excess. And of course your nose. I already have a small nose, so I don't need to do too much. I like to highlight it because I don't want my like eyes to be highlighted and then like nothing else, because it would just look weird, so that's why I do that. So for contour, I just wipe off the highlight colour that I used, and then I used the same brush and I mixed these two colours together. I like this one because it's not orangey. Like with contour colours, you don't want it to be orangey, you want it to have sort of like a grey undertone because it's a contour colour. So I get that on my brush and I put it wherever I want to contour. It's especially good for like contouring the nose because you really don't want an orange nose, it doesn't look natural. So I like to put some colour on my forehead as well. A lot of people contour their forehead because it shrinks the size of your forehead supposedly, but I don't have a big forehead. The reason why I do it is so that everything just looks blended, because obviously like with foundation and stuff, you don't want your face to be one colour. When you have no foundation on, your skin is not one colour, so it doesn't look right. Oh, by the way, I'm using another brush by Iconic. This one is a dream, honestly. And I'm just blending it out like that. I'm just doing circular motions, trying not to get it on this area. To blend my contour in, I'm going to use a smaller brush just to blend that in, make it precise. Okay, and then what I like to do is go over the cream contour with powder. You don't have to, but I just feel like it sets it in place. I just prefer to set it with powder. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit in medium to tan, and I mix these two shades together. Circular motions again, because I honestly hate like contour that just looks like a straight line. You need to do circular motions, it gets more graduated, it just looks better. And then I like to take this colour in the palette, put it on the same brush that I use for the Laura Mercier powder, and tap that underneath my eyes also. So for my favourite part, which is the real highlighting, strobing if you want to call it that, I've got this highlight stick by Iconic. I put it on straight from the thing. I get a dry beauty blender and tap it in place. I prefer to use dry beauty blenders for this part simply because it's more precise in what area it's going in. With foundation and concealer, I like to use a damp one because you want to blend it all over the face, but with things like this, you want to keep it in a certain section, so I like to use it dry. This is a cream-based product, so I like to use cream-based products on my collarbones and shoulder area. This is if you want to go a bit more extreme, but I just put it here, 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 here. You can use your finger to blend it out. I mix between both my finger and the flat brush. So I normally use my finger first, blend it in, and then use the brush. It just makes these areas pop. I usually do this when I'm going out, or if it's a really nice summer day, I will do this because I want to look like I'm just glowing, you know? Okay, so what I also like to do is layer highlighters. So I layer cream products, I layer liquid products, I layer powder products. I just think the highlight comes out a lot better this way. So recently I've been using, right, okay, so you know that MAC Luster Drops in Sunrush is my thing, but they don't sell that anymore. So, an alternative, which is, I'm so pleasantly surprised by this product, it's Model's Own Sculpt and Glow. This is a liquid highlighter. It comes like that. I'm going to use this flat brush again. I'm not going to take too much. Like when I'm taking it, I like to take the excess off, and then I will apply it in the certain area that I want. You can also apply a liquid highlighter before you put your foundation on. I usually do that as well. So I'm going to use Peach Nectar by Anastasia Beverly Hills. That colour is perfect for my sort of skin tone or darker skin tones because it's got the peachy undertone to it. If you're lighter than me but you're still quite a golden colour, I'd recommend Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood Illuminator. Or if you're quite pale, then I would recommend Berry Luminizer by The Balm. So I'm going to use Peach Nectar by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm using it on this highlighting brush by Iconic. And I'm just going to apply that where I applied the other highlighters. Then I'm going to use this highlighter by Becca. This is a Champagne Pop. Mine cracked on the plane, so it's going to be hard to show you. I'm really sad, but this highlighter is amazing. I'm not going to take too much because this is pigmented. And I'm just going to apply that over where I applied the other colours. When I've put the highlighter on my cheeks, I like to get a clean brush and I like to blend that out just so it's all just graduated. Carrying on with highlighting, I'm going to use this pencil brush by MAC. I think it's a 219, I can't remember, it's all rubbed off, but it's just a pencil brush. And I'm going to use the Champagne Pop again, and I'm going to put it on my Cupid's bow. I'm going to use my finger and put on a bit on my nose, and then use the rest of whatever on that, and then blow on my finger. I'm going to add a bit more highlight in my inner corners. Now highlight my brow bone. I always seem to I apply with the brush and then I always use my fingers to just blend things out properly. So I'm going to include blush in my highlight and contouring routine because it's really important, I believe. Obviously you've contoured here, you've highlighted here, you need something in the middle just to get that graduated effect. I'm in love with MAC Raizin blusher. It's, I think, my favourite blusher ever. So I usually go for MAC Raizin, or I go for peachy tones like this. This is Modern Mandarin by MAC. It's got like the coolest packaging ever. I will use a shade like this. This is by Sigma. It's called Cor-de-rosa. And I really like this. A lot of the time I also layer blushes. But for now I'm going to use MAC Raizin. I haven't actually used this blusher brush yet, but seems like a nice time. So I pretty much always use that blusher. I'm in a peachy and a layering mood, so I'm going to layer. So I'm going to use this Sigma one now. It's really pigmented, so you need to be careful with how much you use. I think I put too much on, so I'm going to use my beauty blender and just go over that, just so it's not so harsh. I have a discount code for Sigma. I'll put it in the description box for you. So I'm just going to reapply my mascara on my bottom lashes and then I'll be back with you. Also, a little tip. I learnt this tip by Nikki Tutorials, but what she recommended was if you really want a intense highlighted look, if you spray your face first, like the area, so spray that side, wait for a few seconds until it's almost dry, and then you apply your highlighter, like honestly, you will be glowing. Okay, so one more trick I want to share with you guys. I would use the Iconic palette, but it's too light for my skin tone to be doing what I'm about to do. So what I use is the Makeup Forever HD stick. I apply a little bit here and here. I don't want to apply too much because a little goes a long way with this product. And then I take my beauty blender and I sharpen underneath where I contoured. It gives it that really sort of look. I know a lot of you don't want to go with that look, but I like that look, so that's what I do. Then I get the brush that I use for my powder contour and I just go over it again because obviously we don't want sharp lines. Blending is the key, so I just like to go over that area again, but that area has still been highlighted. Make sure you go down your neck also. You don't want to be that boy or girl that has the lines. And always, of course, I'm going to spray my face with Max Fix Plus. So yeah, that is it for my highlight and contour routine. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see a look on this actual makeup, then I can definitely do that for you. I actually did a similar look on my best friend Jess. I'll put that in the description box, but when I recorded that, I didn't have this camera or this background or anything, so it's a bit different, and I think I've used like a couple different products when I did her. So if you do want to see this routine on myself, then I will get that up for you. Just let me know. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share with all your friends. And yeah, thank you for your support and love always. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.